Hello, beautiful human. Hi, I'm here. You can't see me behind my mic, but Ashnikko is going to be here at any second. Please soak in this conversation. We're going to get to know the real Ashnikko. Leave your honest feedback in the comment section below. If you like the video, hit like, and even if you hate us, I beg, please subscribe. Okay, Ashnikko's here.
Let's do this. Show.
You know what's pretty cool is seeing a human being who I've soaked in your art now for quite some time, like a lot of people, and I've watched a lot of your music videos, and I really had no idea what to expect. And one of my great fears was that I was going to like talk to the character that is Ashnikko, like you would come on here with like X's instead of your eyes. But the reality is you are very normal. Your mom is very normal. Your chin-up bar is very normal.
I know. I'm so sorry to disappoint you. I'm normal. Being her is expensive. It's expensive and very time consuming. I can't be her all the time.
How
way too much, like too many looks for me to keep up.
How good does that feel? Or a question. So was there ever a part of you while you were creating Ashnikko that maybe felt like this was something that you would have to keep up consistently? Or did you always know when you were building this thing that this was two sides and there was going to be an on and off switch to it?
Well, I think anyone who values their mental health knows how to establish an on and off switch a little bit. I think otherwise, honestly, if I was Ashnikko all the time, I would go crazy. She has too much energy. I would be constantly depleted of energy. It's not sustainable for normal life. So I'm now chilling. I'm at home. I'm chilling. I'm like only wearing like sweatsuits and like laying on the couch. Last night I showed my little brother watched Napoleon Dynamite for the first time ever.
Wow.
Just tiny little baby.
What a proud moment for you as a big sister to pass that tradition along to him.
He loved it. I think he loved it. There's a pile of shoes that are really bothering me. I need to move them. Hold on.
Oh, that made the whole everything's different now.
Okay. It's better vibes without the shoes, right?
You know what? I'm not gonna lie to you. When you were moving it, I was like, oh, it's not gonna make any difference. But the truth is, it is a cleaner line. Do you know what I mean? It is clean and it doesn't distract from the art, which is beautiful.
My mom's a painter.
So
this is my mother's.
Wow.
Yes.
And did she paint when you were growing up?
Yes. When I was a little kid, she's gonna love me talking about this. She's probably listening around the corner like a spy. She is. She just said yeah. She like painted a magical fairy forest on my wall as a kid. My little brother got airplanes. What did he get? Nothing. Yeah, he got Dragon's Fire and Ice. Oh, he got Dragon's Fire and Ice. Sorry, I just said my little brother's name. I'm trying to keep him on the DL. Redacted. Redacted got Fire and Ice.
He goes by Redacted? Is that what you're...
Yeah, that's his name.
What do you think that fairy wall, that fairy mural on your wall kind of, I mean, maybe it's connected to what I'm looking at now and this persona that you created?
Definitely, for sure. My mom used to make fairy houses. My mom's probably over here like sobbing, tearing up that I'm talking about this. Yeah, I think we just did a lot of crafts and a lot of like make-believe and fantastical things. She definitely fostered that creativity in me. Definitely made me want to be creative for the rest of my life. So yeah. Thanks, Mom.
What are the similarities between Ash and Ashnikko?
I think we're both quite outgoing. I think I wish I had her unwavering confidence, but I don't because I'm a human being. I like to use swear words. So yeah, we have a lot in common. I am her. She is me. It's just sometimes I like to be like, okay, let's chill out now. Let's like not wear makeup for like 2 months and just chill and not have pigtails that weigh your same body weight. Just for a little bit.
I'm just so fascinated by how she came to be, but you are alone fascinating because you don't spend your whole life in America, right? You go to Estonia and then you live in Latvia and then you live in London for a little bit. Is this all correct?
So I grew up in North Carolina, real southern girl. And then when I was 13, I moved to Estonia for 1 year. And then I moved to Latvia for the rest of high school. And then from Latvia, I moved to London. And now I split my time between London and the United States.
How cool is that? Like, what an amazing access to a bunch of different cultures that so few people have access to. Do you get that?
Yeah, I think for a while it was like, I'm having an identity crisis. I got lipstick on my teeth.
They look good.
Make sure the people know. Wait. Okay. It's gone. We're good. What was the question? Oh yeah. I think for a while it was like I'm having an identity crisis. I think my accent definitely reflects that. A lot of people make fun of me. And they're like, you sound English kind of. But then sometimes my southern twang comes out. And then like I was also like raised in Eastern Europe, so it was definitely a crisis for me at one point. But now I have, as you said, I appreciate the amount of cultures I have been exposed to growing up. And it has been nice to live between two places. My heart is split in half.
You get a good understanding of human nature by
Mhm.
being exposed to so many different cultures like that. Kind of. I mean, in a way, like, dude, people in North Carolina are hella different than the people in Latvia or London.
Yeah, definitely quite different culturally. So I spent the majority of high school just like either like silent because no one wanted to speak with me in English, or like putting on a little show, trying to be like, look at me, I'm American. So it was one of the two. But I
You
think,
stand out as the only American.
yeah, I mean, that's just how it was because I was the only American pretty much in the whole country, me and my brothers. So just naturally just stood out, that fact alone. But yeah, I guess it does teach you a lot about human nature to be watching. I was always watching everyone in class, always on the fringes, watching
Or
my
performing.
yes, or performing. Cue the
There's
jazz hands.
zero in between.
I don't think so. It was like silence, always watching people, or being like, I'm gonna put on a little show for y'all. I don't know. I've always been like that. I don't know why. But yeah, there was no in between because of the language barrier.
At what point is Ashnikko born then? Like what age? Do you remember?
Yes, I do remember. I think talking about myself in third person. This is the decline.
Well, so, like, when do you realize this other side of you or this part of you that you can grow and expand on? Or
I'm gonna put a pillow under my butt. I'm sorry. I'm just constantly moving around.
no,
Everything needs to
comfort
be
is
perfect.
key.
I need perfection. Okay. Here we go.
I really like the fishnets.
Thank you. I have so many.
Pretty cool.
And I'm wearing my little brother's shirt that I was like, can I cut this up?
And Redacted said yes.
Yeah, Redacted said yes. It's from when the Carolina Panthers thought they were going to win the Super Bowl and they didn't. But it's still champions.
Sad. And it matched your hair.
I was like, listen, give me something that doesn't fit. I'm going to cut it up. This was like 30 minutes ago. So this is a fresh look.
Well, thank you so much. 1-to-1.
Just for you.
Ashnikko, you're in high school because you're still fairly young. Like, you're 24 years old. So
Yes.
high school is not that long ago. So is Ashnikko born in London? Is she born in Latvia? Is she born in North Carolina?
Man, you're really making me do some deep thinking today. Let me see. Okay.
Or when do you start to create music? That's the better question, right? Because it starts with songs and I want to
Yeah.
make music as opposed to a character.
The name Ashnikko was born. Mom, what are you doing? You're being loud. Are you guys gonna keep this in here? I hope so. The name Ashnikko was born when I was like 14 or 15. My grandpa used to call me Ashnik because my full name is Ashton Nicole. And then Ashnik turned into Ashnikko. I think it was like a screen name or something. Was it my MSN screen name? I don't know. I'm not sure. But it was a screen name somewhere. Maybe it was like Tumblr. I don't know. But Ashnikko was born, the name. I just really wanted to have a nickname, and I gave myself my own nickname. And then I started making music at 15. Bad music, really bad music, like horrible, just like trash songs. I listen to them now and I have to like.
Is this pre-Sass Pancakes? Are we talking about like Crocodile?
Yes, but even before Crocodile, that's crazy. You know that. Stop digging up songs. Yeah, no, it was before then. I made like a bunch of trash songs. I made hundreds of trash songs. You have to make the bad ones though.
That's the process, right?
Yeah, it is. Like I feel very strangely about people having songs released like demos after they die. It's like they probably didn't want that out. So what are you doing? I don't know.
And by the way, very common and is being talked about all the time.
Yeah.
Do you remember the first time you created a song that you were like, "Yeah, this is good"?
Yeah. I'm scared though. I'm scared to talk about it because I'm scared it's somewhere on the internet and people are gonna find it. But whatever. So I wrote a diss song over the Pharaoh Monk Simon Says Me. And I was like, this is the hottest in the world. This is amazing. You've like broken new ground here. You are the best in the world. And I just threw it on the YouTube, threw that on SoundCloud, and I was like, take my gifts, please. This is the best thing. I was like 15.
Who are you dissing?
Some girl in my class. I had a lot to be mad at 15, obviously. No, yeah, it was just like a lot of like teenage angst. I don't know. I was like, no one talked to me, so what? I don't even know why I was mad. They weren't even doing anything but ignoring me. So yeah, I was like, this will show them.
Did it show them?
Yeah, I mean, I like in Latvia, they were like, who is this random American girl who's rapping? This is really strange. Yeah, it showed them. It showed them.
Yo, beautiful human, I'm hitting pause real quick to tell you about Jackbox Games. I'm obsessed. Jackbox Games actually brought me and my friends closer together because it doesn't matter where we are, we can play. We can be in the same room or we can be over text or video chat. It doesn't matter. You can still play Jackbox Games. It's so freaking cool. They just released a new Party Pack 7. It's jam-packed with 5 unique games guaranteed to bring laughter, joy, and fun to your friends or to your family this holiday season. You got to play with those you care about because it's just guaranteed fun. Play my favorite, Quiplash 3. You, your friends, your family battle head-to-head to answer these questions. Whoever has the funniest, wittiest answer wins. Or y'all can channel your inner artist with Champed Up. You'll be taking on other players to see if your hero will become the champion. Or you can try to survive the collaborative chaos that is the devil and the details. You and your friends must work together to complete tasks before time runs out. Jackbox Games is everywhere that you are. They're on STEM for Windows or Mac. You can also get them on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, Apple TV, Amazon Fire, your iPad, or your smartphone, or any web-enabled device. You need 3 to 8 players to take part in Jackbox Games, but up to 10,000 people could be watching. I'm telling you, Jackbox Games is the most fun, and you should try it out this holiday season. When you're with your family and your friends, play Jackbox Games. You won't regret it. If you want to learn more, jackboxgames.com. Go there. Why was wrapping your vehicle?
I think I mean, like a lot of women that I looked up to growing up were rappers, and like I was very enticed and drawn in by the confidence of like Lil Kim and Nicki Minaj and Missy Elliott. I was just like so in awe of this like feminine, just goddess energy that was emanating out of these songs. And I think my little lanky awkward 15-year-old self was like, I need to be confident, so I'm gonna rap. That for me was that equaled confidence. I also, yeah, I don't know, I think I have a pretty good tone. Maybe not when I was 15, but yeah, I thought I sounded good, so let's do this.
That's really cool. Do you feel like today you're confident because of the music you put out?
Because of the music I put out, I would say I am confident in the music I'm putting out now, but everything up until like my Hi It's Me EP, I can't even listen to it. I can't even perform it. It hurts me. I have to lay down and
Why does it hurt you?
I get really bad like embarrassment and secondhand embarrassment for other people. So when it's me, like I'm like a super perfectionist. If one thing is wrong, it'll bother me forever. Like the whole song is ruined because my tone wasn't right in this one syllable. It'll bother me forever. I ruined my own life with my perfectionism.
But at one point it was perfect enough to put out. Or do you feel like you just had to put something out? Or your level of your definition of perfect has changed?
My definition of perfect has definitely changed. It's always changing. Even the music I'm about to put out, it's not even out yet, and I listen to it now and I'm like, what
Yeah.
about this? Yeah, I don't know.
I really like the song Sass Pancakes. Listen, my son, hold your tits when you run. I felt that. I don't run much, but when I do, I definitely got to Band-Aid up and also hold them in place.
Oh my god, 18-year-old me was so sassy. Yeah, there's some zingers on there for sure. But listening back to Sass Pancakes now, I'm just like but there are some zingers for sure. For sure there are.
What are you thinking over there, Daniel? I just see him conspiring.
No, I'm just waiting my turn. What is it about like blood and gory things that you like so much?
This is gonna sound weird, but I think it looks pretty. I just like gooey things.
So you don't lie when you say you like the taste of blood.
No, I don't like the taste of blood.
Well, you like the fashion taste of blood.
I love it for fashionable aesthetic reasons. I don't know, I just like gooey things. There's this horribly violent, I gotta find it. There's this horribly violent Korean film called, what is it? Itchy the Killer. Have you seen that?
Itchy the Killer.
What do you think? No, I missed that one.
Oh yeah, no, sorry. It's a Japanese action crime film called Itchy the Killer, and it is so bloody. It's so traumatic. The whole film is just trauma triggering the whole film, but there's so much blood, and I just thought it was so beautiful. I don't know. The blood is beautiful.
Are you into movies like Human Centipede? Do you know that movie? I feel like you're into those type of things.
For the lulz, definitely. Yes. Human Centipede. We should recreate that in a music video. That is such a good idea. But
I'm sure they'd like to be a part of the Centipede.
I love that. I Yeah, I definitely don't actually like horror films, which I get roasted for on a daily basis. I don't like horror because my anxiety is at such a high level that horror films just make me feel even more anxious. It's more about, someone said it the other day, I like to be the creator of horror. I like to create the horror in my
Facilitate.
own music videos.
Yeah. So, do you have a human being that you collaborate with, a team that you collaborate with on bringing the score to life? Because, I mean, or do you just sit around and think about how bloody you can go? Like,
I have people that I work with. I like, for the gore that comes from my little noggin. For my last video, Halloweeny 3 7 days, I made that with one of my good friends. His name is Basso, and he and I came up with that together. But there's a scene at the end where I'm wearing a latex headpiece that looks like my pigtails, and I'm writhing around in blood and cake. And by the end of it, like the blood and cake was so mixed together that it looked like I was writhing around in diarrhea, which was like very aesthetically pleasing to me in a way.
In Halloween, you also say that you bathed in menstrual blood.
Yes. What's more metal than getting your period? Nothing.
I've never had one, so I don't know.
There's nothing. I'm telling you now. Getting your period, super metal. But menstrual blood, free bleed, baby.
free bleed.
Free bleed, baby.
Amen.
Amen.
I mean, is there any nerves that go on in your head before saying something like that in a song that lives forever? Or is it just like, was there like a moment where you're like, okay, nothing's off the table, zero forgiven. What I feel, what I think is what I say and what lives.
Yes. So my mother, when I was first starting out, was like, do you have to talk about your vagina? She was like, do you have to say it? Do you need to say this? Do you have to mention poop? And I was like, yes, Mom, I have to mention shit. Okay, it's important to me that I mention shit, blood, and my vagina. I have no filter when it comes to that, lyrically. Yeah.
Why is that?
I don't know. I just am not embarrassed.
I agree. Is it real life?
What is real life?
Do you share that stuff because it is real life? Like, dude, I make the argument all the time, and forever Dan has been telling me not to talk about like going number 2, going poop on the radio. and for years I fought him, because we all do it. You know, we all bleed, we all vomit, we all cry.
No, there's a difference.
All at once.
There's a difference. I love poop talk. Everyone enjoys poop talk, but when we're going on the radio talking to families with kids, I don't think they want to hear, I'm afraid.
You know,
that
it's a part of life. Okay, show me a kid that doesn't, and and that kid deserves to be in the Guinness Book of World Records. You know? Because everybody does it. It's normal if you do it. By the way, it's not normal if you don't poop. You should get that checked out.
I'm just saying there's sometimes a time and place for it, and you can't go on the radio 7 nights a week and talk about
No, the time and place is in an Ashnikko record, I guess. And
look at me now, baby.
I did hear you once say that one of your favorite words is like butthole or something.
It is, for sure. It rolls off the tongue really nice. Say it like 10 times fast. Butthole, 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 butthole.
Butthole, 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 butthole.
I guess I'll go too. Butthole, 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 butthole.
Wow, that felt good, actually.
Well, has there ever been a lyric where you wrote it and you're like, okay, this is where I got to draw the line. This is too much?
Okay, there was like after my first viral hit.
You talking about Stupid?
Yes. After that, like, there was, like, I feel like this happens to every artist that this happens to. There's like, okay, you were just having fun. Like, everyone treats you like before that you were just having fun, and now this is serious business, and now we got to really make a career out of this. You got to be a serious artist now. And then a lot of people forget that what made them who they are and what brought them to that level was just being themselves. So just continue being yourself. So for like a few months after that, I was just having this huge crisis. I was like, oh my God, I need to make pop songs. I was like, to like censor myself and be,
Fill a formula.
yeah, I was like, I need to do the formula. And then I came to my senses and I was like, oh, don't worry about it. You're fine. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, but do you only come to your senses after having like a few weeks of songs, or? Like,
Yeah. Well, so I mean, not to shade the Suits, but the Suits put me in a lot of sessions. They were like, yeah, you're a big shot now. We're gonna put you in a lot of big shot sessions. You're gonna have the best time ever. You're gonna write your whole album. And I was like, okay. Then I went into those sessions and I was just really uncomfortable. And I was like, I wish I was with my friends. And yeah, and then I went and made music with my friends, and it was a lot more fun. And I was like, I don't know. I don't need to put pressure on myself. Fine.
Very rarely do your songs have numerous writers on them. It's like you, one other person, you and maybe two other people. And that's like been something that's been going on for a while. Like I feel like you don't craft records in big rooms.
Oh no, I get really uncomfortable. Like, okay, like writing with me is, you have to be a specific type of person. You have to be very willing to get shot down to write with me, because and my friends know this, and this is why I have like a few people that I work with really well, because they're like, regardless of what they say, they're not too precious about it, because I'll be like, no, it's garbage what you're saying. I want to do it my way. And we're still friends after that, but some people get upset and they really like take it to heart. And I feel like being in a room of people where I didn't feel comfortable saying, oh, I don't like that lyric. Yeah, like I've been in rooms before where I didn't feel comfortable saying that, and then we come out of that session with a bad song because everyone's afraid to tell each other that they don't like their lyrics.
Totally. They're afraid of each other's feelings. And that's why being comfortable and being able to work with people that like you have the same goal in mind, which is a great product, not making sure that your ego is intact. It's exactly. Like, I don't know. That's a big difference.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How long after Stupid takes off and kind of goes viral do you write Daisy?
Daisy was already written.
Oh, Daisy was already written.
Yeah, Daisy was written like that summer before.
Oh.
Yeah, I've been sitting on Daisy for like 100 years.
It's a long time.
Yeah, I was like, Stupid was out, and I was like, but I have Daisy. I was like, why do you guys like this one? Because I like have all the songs that I don't know. When Stupid like did his thing, I was like, okay, cool. But totally unexpected. And I was like, I have songs that I'm more proud of that I'm sitting on. But
how long have you been, like, timeline wise, even your album Demidevil, how long have you been sitting on that? How long has that been finished?
Thematically, as a concept, as like that we have all the songs that we know we want to be on there, I think since February of this year.
And
yeah.
When did you start it? How many years ago?
I mean, I would love to be the type of person that's like, and now I'm going to write this project, and I'm going to sit down and I'm going to write it, which is what I'm trying to do with my album. I'm trying to be like, let's all go to a house in the woods and write this album. But with Demidevil, it was like a bunch of songs that I have written over the years that I was like, I have to put these out. So let's put them out. Let's do it.
So wow. So it could be 3 years, 4 years.
Yeah, I'd say the oldest one's probably 3 years old.
These songs stand the test of time. They feel relevant as no matter
Thank
how long ago they were cut. That's amazing.
I heard you say so. Daisy, that's another alter ego, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So what's the difference between Daisy and then Ashnikko?
Well, but
Lord. We need to bring my therapist on here.
yeah, because you've also said that Ashnikko is not an alter ego. It's like
Yeah, no.
it's two sides of one head or something.
Yeah. Yeah, she's just like me with like way more energy. She's a
Oh.
little bit more wild. And obnoxious, which I still am, but she just has more energy. Daisy is this. When I was writing it, I had this like graphic novel in mind of Daisy. It's set in the DC universe in Gotham, and I, my favorite graphic novels are the Sandman graphic novels by Neil Gaiman. I love that man so much. I love Sandman. It's so good. So I kind of imagine Daisy existing on the fringes of the DC universe, but like being her own thing, kind of like Sandman. And Daisy is this vigilante character, and she like wears latex and like blue diamonds and like massive platforms, glass platforms with like aquariums in the heel. And she leaves behind daisies as a calling card, kind of like the Joker.
Wow.
And she fights crime, and she mainly like, I imagine that her main goal is to bring down the patriarchy. And she just like targets the Trump like men of the world. She leaves behind daisies, and that's how you know it was her.
Are there more records in Daisy, like, or is this just like a one and done thing?
I'm sure every time I feel like I get really mad and bratty, like super bratty, super dominatrix, like kind of violent. That's her.
So
So
is the song Daisy like her theme song in a
I
way?
guess, yeah, it is. It is. Because I was thinking about it. So I was building out this character. So one of my main collaborators is Slinger. And I love writing songs with him. And what we do, our songwriting process is we meet up and we gossip for an hour. And then we gossip for an hour, and then we hit the piano, and then he just like plays me loads of beats, and then we just talk about them. We just like build these little stories. It's quite cool. But and everything, he really tests me as a songwriter, in a really nice way. Like every time I'll say a lyric, he'll be like, yeah, but what does that mean? Like, in the grand scheme of every single word in the song, what does that mean? So we really spent a lot of time crafting this vision.
Are your creative processes different based on who you're collaborating with?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Like, so with Slinger, you say he plays you beats and you craft a song out of nothing.
Mm,
Do those songs, I mean, like Daisies is not pulled from your reality at all.
you never know.
Um,
You
like,
never know. No, it's not. But I would love to believe that I'm a vigilante in the night, striking down the patriarchy.
but a song like Stupid or Cry, is that more pulled from your reality, or are you consistently writing from fiction?
Well, I mean, all songs are kind of just like embellishments of what actually happened. It was like pretty normal. Like everyone has heartbreak. Everyone has people who hurt them. I just take them and embellish them and exaggerate them and get really angry. So yeah, Stupid was something I wish that I had done, but in all honesty, I spent a lot of my breakup crying and being sad and writing in my diary. So I wish I had been an absolute boss and had just been like, I don't need you. But in actuality, I spent a lot of time crying.
So does that song come after you spend a lot of time crying and writing in your diary?
Yes. I write a lot of songs that are just pep talks to myself. Because, yeah, I think that's what I need music for. Because that's what I needed it for as a kid. So I haven't really grown out of that. I need music as a way to make myself feel more confident than I am.
But this is essentially you writing your own confidence as opposed to leeching off somebody else's, which you did when you were a kid. Or like does that make sense? Like you felt somebody like MIA's confidence, or I mean Missy, or anybody you mentioned previously, you felt their confidence, you internalized it, and you made it your own, and you were able to live that way and exist. But this is like you're essentially writing, I don't know, it's like,
Yeah, I mean, it's like manifestation.
it's your own.
Anyone who comes to me with like, oh, they're like, how are you so confident? I'm like, first off, that is just, you've only come to that conclusion based off of the songs that I'm writing to make myself confident. But my best advice would be to write yourself like a letter of things. Like, you write, the way you write it is really important. You write it as if it's already happening, as if you already feel this way. And then mentally you have no other option. If you tell yourself this enough times, you have no other option but to fulfill that prophecy in a way. So that's kind of what I was doing with those songs.
Do you feel like you take on a relationship differently after you put Into the World Stupid and write it and release it?
Men are scared of me.
I mean, should they? They probably should, right?
Men are terrified I'm gonna put them in my songs.
Or in a body bag, maybe.
At the end of the Genius interview, didn't you sort of say your ex-boyfriend has a small penis?
I did, yeah, and he got so mad about that. He was so mad.
Oh, I wonder why.
Yeah, he was really upset about me talking about his penis size.
Is it that small? I mean, it was small enough for you to mention.
Well, it wasn't even small. It was just like I wanted to hurt his feelings.
Well, good job.
And I did. I hurt his feelings really bad. But he hurt my feelings really bad. And I'm petty.
So what's stupid about that guy?
Yes.
Got it. So do you tackle relationship moving forward differently?
See, here's the thing about me and relationships. Redacted. No comment.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
What is it like being in the studio with Grimes? I mean, like, what is it? I mean, you made a song with her, right? Cry.
Yeah, no, we weren't even in the studio. It was like a coronavirus 2020 link up via the Instagram.
Oh, so, okay. Like, do you write your part first and then send it to her? Does she send you something? How does that come to be?
I had Cry. So I wrote Cry in the studio with my pals, Ebenezer and Fangs. We were just in the studio and Ebenezer was playing the guitar. And I was like, give me Evanescence. And he gave me Evanescence. And then I just remember being in the studio, just like really tapping in, and I was like really, really going for it. And I think that line, the chorus came to me in like 20 seconds. It all just came out because there was like, I can't even do that live anymore because there was something so raw about how I first recorded it that I just can't do it again because there's too much sadness in there that I don't feel anymore.
Never be duplicated.
Yeah, it's hard to do that one again because I was mad as hell. I needed an outlet. I needed something like that. And so I think the song it tumbled out. There are some songs that just go, they all come out just in an hour, something like that.
How do you describe, like, how do you define those? Like, songs that needed to happen, needed to come out?
Yeah, I feel like the way the visual representation for me is kind of like, sometimes songwriting is like a cloudy sky, and you kind of just wait for the sun, for it to open up a little and the sun to shine down in a ray and go, here's some creativity, you should write about this right now. And then you just run over to the ray of sun and you go, okay, all right, I'll write the song. And then the clouds close up again, and then it's a little bit more difficult, I think. It feels more like work, but then every once in a while, the clouds part and the heavens shine down, and it's just like, here's a song, take it.
Fascinating.
Thank you. Songwriting with Ashnikko.
Is it harder for you to create these songs or these like insane music videos? Like, does one come easier?
Music video, I'm gonna let you in a little secret. I hate filming music videos. It's like the bane of my existence. But I do it to myself. I make my music videos the most uncomfortable processes ever.
Yeah, I mean, you went without seeing for like hours, right? A day?
Yeah, it was a few hours. Yeah, I just don't like. I just put myself into these like corsets and cover my eyes with prosthetics and thrash around in blood and just a whole bunch of things, whole bunch of torture. Really uncomfortable shoes. Sometimes my hair is like 20 feet long and attached to the ceiling.
Do you think your music would hit the same without those visuals?
I don't know, but I love them both equally. I hate filming music videos, but I love my music videos and my music just as much as the other.
I feel like you've set the bar so high for your music videos. Are you worried that you're gonna have to keep getting like crazier and crazier and more uncomfortable?
Oh, don't say that. No, I don't think so. I think I have enough creativity left in my body to carry me on for some time. Yeah, I haven't what's the word? What's the word when you come too soon?
Pre-ejaculation?
Pre-cum?
Yeah. There's
I
a
love
word.
how Dan and I both knew, like as clearly one of us is suffering.
It's an issue everyone deals with. Come on.
There's no pre-spunk, pre-ejac. I still have some in my nuts, in my creative nuts.
Demidevil is the album. You've called this
Mixtape.
Mixtape. I'm sorry about that. I know that there is a big difference there because the debut album, then the sophomore album, there's like it needs to be done proper with the right energy and juju around it. So
I know.
Demidevil is a mixtape. It means half devil, half human. So you've called this your proudest product, your proudest work yet.
Yes.
Why?
As we spoke about before, I am like a super, super perfectionist, and I don't like anything I've made in the past. So yeah, I'm like most proud of this body of work. It's the songs that I'm like, I don't know, I feel like I'm constantly getting better as a songwriter, and it's hard for me to listen to old stuff. So this to me is bearable.
Bearable.
I'm so horrible. I love my music. I do. I really do. But sometimes I'm just like, like literally the day it was going to the vinyl press, the day I like called up my manager and I was like, I'm just really not happy with this mix. And he was like, you are the most insufferable artist I've ever worked with in my life. But yeah, I like pulled it from the vinyl press, and I was like, yeah, we gotta change this mix. It was just like,
Really?
I'm so annoying. I'm so annoying. And that's,
And I mean, I'm sure that made all the difference.
yeah, no, just my little quirks, making everyone's life hell.
When did you first dye your hair blue?
It was like definitely like after a breakup. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do something crazy and new. And I did this. It was actually green, but it faded to blue. And I was like, blue looks better.
Looks good.
Thank you. Yeah. Should have done it way sooner. I had like just normal brown hair before.
So weird.
I know.
I'm
a real alt girl.
Demidevil is going to be the mixtape. It's coming on your birthday, February 19th, 2021. You turn 25, a quarter of a century. Crazy to think about.
Quarter of a century. Oh my God. I'm going to be 100 before you know it.
Again, I can't reiterate this enough. It makes me so happy to know that you're, I didn't have to talk to some weird character for all this time. I can interview Poppy all day. I love Poppy. She's a great pop star. You know her? The alien pop star?
Yeah. That is literally exactly where my mind went to. I love it.
The last question I have is, do those comparisons that blow up your comment section bother you, whether it's like Poppy, Melanie Martinez, all that type of stuff?
No, those are great, super creative artists. I'm honored to be in such talented company, I think. Yeah, it's very flattering. I love Melanie. I love Poppy. So that's such a compliment.
Are you a rapper? You go. Sorry, I'm sorry.
I think people just need to understand you. So putting you in with their other favorite artists is just how the brain works. I do it. Everyone does it.
How do your parents feel about your music and your career and everything you've accomplished? I mean, have any part of them surprised? Any part of them, or were they just knew?
Mom, you want to answer that?
Yeah, I want to ask.
Secret. You can't be on camera.
Face is redacted.
Secret identity. How did you feel?
I mean, yeah. How do you feel about your daughter creating this type of music and this art and reaching the level of success that she has?
You can come over here.
We'll blur your face. Don't worry.
Well, I took her to the Wizard of Oz when she was like 4 to see her cousin, and she wasn't super into it. She was like, "No, I want to be there. I want to do it." And then we would go to the store, and she'd have to get, as she was growing, she'd have to get ruby slippers every year.
Mom, what does that have to do with it?
She's always been like this. Like, so I didn't feel like I was pushing her. She already was pushing herself.
Okay, so
when basically trying to say, I'm not a stage mom, I promise.
No, she's organically who she is. But my question is, like, how do you feel? Like, when you hear some of the lyrics, when you hear the style of art, because this ain't the Wizard of Oz.
Right.
Yeah.
You know?
It's hard for a couple of years, but I'm really glad she didn't take my advice about toning it down, because some of her messages about like the Me Too movement or positivity, sexual positivity, things like that are really, I'm just proud of her.
It's pretty amazing.
I would be scared to say, and she says them.
Thank you.
And sometimes it's in hindsight that I'm like, oh, I'm so glad you brought that up.
And by the way, like, think about and I think about this all the time, like the next generation that have heard it, like you're hearing it in hindsight, but like there's tens and tens and tens and tens of millions of girls who are hearing it for the first time in 2020 vision and in the year, and their whole life moving forward could be different because of it, for the better.
Yeah, like you don't need another person's love to be complete. Like that's said in a nice way, but she says it in hi, it's me.
Dude, there's a lot of messages in the music you put out there, Ashnikko. I appreciate your mom and I appreciate your time today and your energy. Final thought, Daniel.
No, I just hope we can see you and you can come into our studio in person when it comes out, because some of these titles on the album look interesting and I want to talk about them.
Have you heard them?
We haven't heard any of them, no.
Oh. Well, they're fun. Which ones are you interested in knowing more about? I can tell you.
Well, the two that catch my eye are Later Boy, because it reminds me of Avril Lavigne, and then obviously Clitoris the musical.
That one caught your eye?
I know, can you believe it?
Oh, yeah, those two are probably my favorites. Well, Clitoris now I'm listening back to it and I'm like, God, we could have done more. But that's just me. That's just a little demon in my head who won't let me put out a project without freaking out. But Later Boy is an interpolation of Skater Boy. So
I nailed it.
Whoa. What does
Yeah.
that mean? Like, so are you, it's not a cover, but like, have you sampled the song?
Well, I've rewritten it. Like all the melodies are from Skater Boy. It's in a different key, but yeah, it's like
So will Avril technically have writing credit on this record?
yeah.
Have you played it for her?
I mean, she's heard it. They like haven't approved the use of this song ever since it first came out. So we were like, they're not going to approve it. Like, it's just not going to happen. And then my management are wizards. They're wizards, and they just, I don't know, somehow it happened, and she likes the song, and she might be involved in some way. Hopefully, please be in the video. And yeah, I'm really excited for that. It's like my favorite song ever.
This makes me like, I need to hear. I love Avril Lavigne. Like I this is so great. This brings me deep joy. Wow. To bring back Skater Boy so a whole new generation can enjoy that song in a new, cool way. And by the way, records that are still timeless. Avril Lavigne is a timeless artist.
Exactly.
That's so exciting.
I can't wait for it to come out. I'm art. The video is gonna be just chef's kiss. That was the only reason why I was sad to push back the mixtape, because I was like, but I want people to hear Later Boy. I was like scared someone else was gonna do it, which wouldn't be possible because they would have to jump through the 100 million hoops that it takes to clear that song. But yeah, I'm gassed. I think it's gonna be good. I think it's time. It's time for Skater Boy to come back.
February 19th, Demidevil is the mixtape. We're going to put a link in the description below to listen to all the music that Ashnikko has put out.
Mixtape, not the album.
Mixtape, no album yet. The album will be separate. It will be a debut. It will be a big event. There will be maybe fireworks of some sort, and maybe we'll be in person. Maybe it will be a post-vaccine release. Maybe it will be a celebration for the vaccine. I think this is a great idea.
Hell yes.
Big thank you to your mom for hanging out with us too and checking in, and yeah,
Thanks, Mom.
It's cool to feel her love and see her love for you and what you've done, and it's pretty crazy. And by the way, like that fairy mural on your wall.
I know. It's
definitely
cool.
comes through every day.
I know. She definitely inspired me to want to be a mythical creature for my whole life.
Ashnikko, an honor. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate you.
Thank you. It's been really fun. I really appreciate it.
Well, album time, we're here.
Yes, we will be. We will be. Thank you so much.
Hey, beautiful human. Thanks for watching our full interview, but I get it. Like, a full interview is a lot. So we got a clips channel. We don't expect you to watch the full thing anymore, so we just gave you the highlights. Please subscribe and notifications and all that stuff. Okay, cool. I love you.